Hey everybody, this is Dr. Tom Carr of drstocks.com. I have an important announcement I want everyone to hear. After 18 years of serving as a private coach for individual traders and hedge funds, I have decided to shut down that part of our service, and instead I'm going to be coming out with a webinar that I am currently producing, and it should be ready to go at the end of this month, early February of 2017. So the webinar will contain everything that I normally teach with my private clients, only you're going to get a lot more information, you're going to get a lot of free resources, and it's going to come at a greatly reduced cost to you, and it's a heck of a lot less time for me. So it's a win-win all around. I'm calling it the How to Trade for Living, the Complete Stock and Options course, and I'm going to give you a little snippet today of what we'll be showing and teaching in this webinar. Real exciting little tip you can use to streamline and to improve your stock screening process. Just a little bit more about the webinar. It's 18 content-rich modules. That's over 12 hours of teaching. This is really everything that I know to work in the market. You can start with as little as $5,000 in your trading account. So I'm really gearing this toward the smaller account trader. I really don't want to shut anybody out from this information. We're making it as affordable as possible to you as well. You're going to learn exact systems. So this is not a generic, generalized kind of thing. You're going to come out of this with specific skills that you can take right to the market the very next day. And you're going to learn all the rules and all the steps. And this is everything that I'm doing on a daily basis as I'm looking for new trades for our newsletters, as I am trading my own account, our funds account. And you're also going to get over $2,000 in free trading resources. Now, this will include 6 months free subscription to all 5 of our stock pick letters. You're going to get 3 months of the Dr. Stocks options letter for free. You're going to get 12 months of the stock lists from the proprietary software that I have programmed that will give you the lists of stocks that you will use to trade. Now, you're going to learn in the webinar how to find those stocks yourself. But just to get you a good head start, I'm going to give you 12 months of lists going forward after you've taken the webinar. You're also going to get lifetime access to our Chart Reading 101 and 102 webinars, and you're going to get signed hard copies of our all-new Dr. Stocks Complete Swing Trading course and the Dr. Stocks Complete Day Trading course. So put all that together, you're going to get an amazing amount of trading information that you can use from day one to trade for a living. The only catch with this trading webinar is that I'm limiting total enrollment to only 100 students. You're going to be learning the same systems that I use to find the stocks that I trade on a daily basis. I don't want a crowded trade when I go into the market at the open. I don't want to see all kinds of shares being bid up. So I'm limiting the number of total students to 100. And I'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks with details of how to secure your spot in this webinar. It's going to be offered, as I said before, either late January, early February. It will be a live webinar, and then you'll receive a recording of the webinar itself that you can go back through and study. Now, what I want to do is just give you a little sneak preview of the kind of thing you'll be learning. In fact, this is something you will be learning when you attend this webinar. So here we are at the desktop, and I have opened the software that I use to find my daily trading stocks. I'm going to teach you how to program this particular software with the trading systems that work best. And I've been doing this for 18 years. I can tell you most trading systems are not profitable, but I have discovered several that are. In fact, several that are very profitable. I will teach you how to program this software, but I'll have to warn you the software itself is rather expensive. So to alleviate that, I'm doing 2 things. One is that I'm going to be sending you 12 months of stock lists that pass all the filters of the various systems I'll be teaching you. And secondly, I'm going to show you how to do more or less the same thing with a free piece of online software that you can use to more or less find the same stocks. So you're covered either way. If you want to buy the software, that's fine. You will know exactly how to program it to do exactly what I do every market day. But let me show you something really interesting about stock screening. I have inputted a very simple stock screen or stock scan into the software. We're looking here for stocks that are currently priced over $5 a share. So for right now, we're eliminating any sort of penny stocks. The average daily share volume is over 500,000 shares per day. So we're not trading any thinly traded stocks, any illiquid stocks. Our market value is 10 billion or less. That's our market cap. We're looking for mid cap to small cap type stocks. Those are the stocks that tend to move best. We're also looking for stocks with a 60-month beta greater than 2, which means it's twice as volatile as the S&P 500. We want stocks that move sharply relative to the S&P 500. And then of those stocks that remain, you're going to have, 150 stocks or so that pass through those first 4 filters. In the 5th filter, we're looking for the top 30 stocks according to relative strength over the last 4 weeks. So this is what you would call a simple momentum scan. We're looking for stocks that are at the top of the list in terms of price momentum moving higher over the last 4 weeks. Now, I'm going to run this scan. I'm, of course, going to get 30 stocks. I want to backtest this particular scan just to see how well a typical momentum stock system works. I am running the backtest starting from the 13th of March 2009. Now, if you know your calendar, you'll remember that that's the date of the very bottom of the 2007, 2008, early 2009 market crash. In fact, the S&P 500 intraday hit a low of 666, a rather infamous number. And we're running this scan all the way to the 23rd of December 2016. That's as far as my backtesting software has updated so far. We're going to have a holding period of 4 weeks. So every 4 weeks, our system will go into the market, find a new set of stocks, and then run the scan from that point. Let's go ahead and click this and see what our results are. So here we are at the results. Take a look at how our momentum scan, simple momentum scan using high beta liquid stocks did. Not very well. The S&P 500 over those, what did we say? It was about 8 years. 8 years of data scored a pretty reasonable 251%, 17.5% annualized return. Our momentum scan, however, returned only 140% or 12% annualized return. Not a horrible return, but it's, way below where the S&P 500 is. That's not acceptable. So let's go back to the drawing board, and I am going to input now a different scan. So I'll give you a little look at this one, and I'm adding now a fundamental filter. Now, one of the things I'm going to teach you in the webinar is that you need to incorporate in every one of your stock scans both technical filters and fundamental filters. That's the only thing that works. I have backtested technical analysis systems till I'm blue in the face, and I can tell you what works and what doesn't work, but nothing works nearly as well as combining the best technical analysis filters with fundamental filters. Now, one of the most common filters of fundamental analysis is the price to earnings ratio, the PE ratio. So I developed a screen here. It's a momentum screen that has now inputted the PE ratio, and you can see it down here. We're using the same screen we used before. We're looking for the top 30 stocks based on relative strength of the last 4 weeks. And of those 30, we're now looking at the lowest 5 stocks according to trailing PE over the last 12 months. You want a low PE, right, if you want a good value stock. So the lower the PE, the more value that's laden in the shares itself. So that's a good thing. Low PE is a good thing. It means lots of earnings relative to price. So let's go ahead and backtest this system. We're backtesting it. Same 4-week holding period, same look back period. Let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. So we were expecting an improvement based on the fact that we were using a valuation filter, and look, we went even worse. 251, same percentage for the S&P 500, only 49.9, 50% return over 8 years. You could almost do that well simply by putting your money into some very safe bonds. That's how bad that system worked. Okay, so momentum alone doesn't work. Momentum with PE ratio doesn't work. Let me show you what does work. So here we are back at the software itself, and I have inputted a third momentum trading system. It is exactly the same momentum system we saw in the previous two scans. We're looking for price over 5. We're looking at average day volume, 500,000 shares per day, market cap under 10 billion, beta over the last 60 months of greater than 2, relative strength of the last 4 weeks in the top 30 stocks, and then I've added one additional fundamental filter that will make all the difference. Now, I'm not going to give it away here, but you will learn exactly what this filter is and exactly the parameters to use in the webinar. Now, we're going to backtest this system with our mystery valuation filter, and I'll give you that much. It is a valuation filter over the same look back period, the same holding period. Let's see how this system performs. All right, take a look at this now. Here we have that same 251% over the S&P 500, and our strategy return has gone from a measly 49% using the PE ratio to 1,717%. That's an average annual compounded growth rate of 45% over 8 years. That is excellent. Using our mystery filter. And in the webinar, you're going to get exactly what that mystery filter is. Now look, 45% is great. In fact, if I could crank out 45% every year over 8 years, I'd have the entire Wall Street come knocking at my door. But I am going to show you how to double that, triple that, even I have a system. I'm going to teach you one system that it has an average annual return of 185%. That's an average annual return of 185%. Now let's close this up by getting back to one more thing here. Just as a reminder, we're going to be limiting the enrollment for this webinar to 100 students. I'm going to let you know by email how you can secure your spot among that number, that 100 students. That is an absolute limit because I really don't want any more. And if you're not on our mailing list, then you need to go to our website, drstocks.com. Click on the link here at the top and input your email address, and that will get you on the list for this webinar. Again, it's going to be very affordable. It's going to be complete, and you're going to get over $2,000 in freebies, free resources that will help you get started in your trading career. All right, email me if you have any questions, drstocks@drstocks.com. God bless everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.